Hello, everyone! Happy Monday evening! I am Simon at Wandering DM, and we are playing Rime of the Frostmaiden tonight. Um, our group of adventurers were teleported far away from the Ten Towns last week, and they found themselves at the entrance to a cave of strange frost-bitten cultists. They thought better than to try and take them all on, and decided instead to leave. However, when they got down the mountain, they were met by a waving polar bear standing on its hind legs. But before we go into tonight's adventure, let's just go around the table, introduce the cast of our group of adventurers, and then we will launch the game proper. And for tonight, I say we'll start with the person right below me on the overlay, and then we'll go around clockwise. So we will start with our resident monk, rogue. Whew. That's you, Tumai.
Sorry, I was like in my thoughts. I'm Tumai. I will be playing Elise. She is very self-absorbed, and she's also very lonely. Yeah, that's her.
Okay. Up next, what about our cleric?
Oh, hello, that's me. I am Eden. I am the official town greeter of whichever town I'm at. And, he's just very friendly.
Indeed, he is. Next, for real now, our monk. Oh God.
The
And
fish
he is a
away
fish.
justice. No. Hi, everybody. I am Diana. I'm going to be playing Heliphine this evening, who is not very nice. She's not a town greeter. I don't think she's self-obsessed either. She doesn't really know what she is. She's here. She's having a good time.
Jumping over to the other side of the overlay because I am not as important as these beautiful people. Resident
true.
wizard of the group.
Did you say that just to remind me that I'm a wizard and not a sorcerer?
Exactly.
Okay.
I was about to joke and call you sorcerer, but then I figured that might be too confusing.
Yes. Hello, I'm Kelly the Opera Geek. I play Sarkia, who is a wizard. I'm an idiot and left my spell book, which I actually have now, over in my bag in the kitchen.
Do you?
I do. And thanks to, a couple people from Bard and Barbarian. I don't know. But yes, so that's me, and I'm hopefully not going to get eaten by a werebear.
Where is Bear?
Their castle.
But nobody has
For
asked
milk,
how
perhaps?
bear yet. Um, last but not least, the group's guide and ranger.
Hello, I am Ragnar. I am the, former guide, because we don't know where we are. Well, some of us know where we are, and also they're not paying me currently. And if she has her spell book, then why do I have her familiar?
Because he chose you tonight.
As the saying goes, there can be only one. At a time. So, with that said, the five of you, and your dogs, and your axe beaks, and the little blue dragon, have been walking down, descending the path, the snaking path of the mountain. And lo and behold, in the snow, a few hundred feet from you, is Well, I have described them last time. We put the image in Roll20. I can even just do a little scroll up for our viewers. I'm gonna retweet this overlay anyway, so we can see a bit more. But suffice to say, this laden, yeah, fish laden werebear wearing sunglasses, or at least tinted goggles, waves at you and begins to untie its belt of fishes and put them down in the snow as if
Etton's
to
gonna be so
wait
happy.
your arrival. What do you...
Oh, hello.
Oi!
Hello.
Hey there. What you doing out here?
Don't be shy. Come closer. I don't bite much.
I'm just looking
Don't
at
come
Heliphane
closer.
like, do you know everyone out here all of a sudden?
Well, Etten greeted them, so I guess we do now.
Yes, we're friends now. We said hello, and he said hello, and so he said hello.
Look, not a Goliath.
I gathered that.
I don't think we need to worry. Seems friendly.
Yes, fish.
So don't shoot at him. I mean,
Yes, all bears I've seen have been friendly when they walk on two legs.
We
Would I
did
be
a good
is
deed.
that
familiar with the
serious or
concept of a
not?
werebear? I don't know. That's how I was about that Simon was like, am I familiar with the even concept of a werebear, or is it just really...
Make a knowledge nature check. Because I mean, everyone would have heard of, you know, lycanthropes at some point because you have tales, you have legends, rumors, and such. You have heard that there are different sort of lycanthropes. But one thing that does seem weird is that normally where creatures will shift under the light of the full moon, which is nowhere to be seen in this perpetual twilight.
So yeah, that was very much sarcastic because this is just bizarre to me.
Are they like, would I have seen werebears out here growing up? Is this common for this area?
I would say, because you're native to these mountains, can you make history with advantage?
You know, I can certainly try. Being real
Or-
bad at history and everything.
Or religion?
Hey, my nature was a 1, so...
Both of those are a minus
Oh,
one.
she's
so-
already.
-1. Okay, so you will be worse than me.
She's already at advantage, or I would help because those are my bonuses.
Oh boy, guys. With advantage, that's a 2 and a 5. With advantage. I don't know anything.
Well, you know one thing. They do exist.
Well,
You-
that's a werebear. They're real.
Yeah, you would
Yes.
remember even with
I
a
gathered that.
even with a 6, there are stories amongst young Goliaths, especially children, that you have to be careful not to go out in the snow too far away from the mountains because the werebears will take you and they won't eat you, but they will bring you far away from home and you will never find home ever again.
It's fine. They only abduct children. We don't have to worry about it. Hey!
Yeah,
Hey, I'll approach.
Yeah, as you're approaching, like Sarkia kind of is walked up and she's kind of walking around the werebear, like kind of observe, like completely clinically observing, like to write down later. Just being scientific-ish.
I'm just gonna turn to, our rogue and be like, so you don't want to investigate this one? Information, mystery, intrigue.
Elisa is like very like down and in her thoughts, like something is really bothering her, and she thought she had an opening to solve her problems, finally figure out teleportation, and she missed out on that chance. And like she's just like, if she sees a mountain of gold, she wouldn't care right now.
Oh, wow.
Incidentally,
Yeah.
do I have to roll to see how well I explained the teleportation thing? Because I was trying to explain that last week, and
Can you explain?
I loved your explanation.
Yeah.
I
No,
loved it.
I don't think you need to roll. I think as complex as teleportation would be, especially as a mage, um, like you've vulgarized it as best you could. It's like someone trying to explain to me how like quantum physics work. Like,
Someone tells you they understand quantum physics, they're lying.
Yeah, I do.
Richard Feynman.
so you approach the werebear from different angles, and the creature basically lifts like both arms up in a in a way to show you that they are not armed, aside from the great black claws that tip every one of their fingers.
They still have the right to have bare arms.
Yep.
I'll
bye.
yeah. I'll extend my hand and say, "Hey, it's really nice to meet someone out here who isn't luring us into a murder cave."
Oh. No, I was about to lure you into a cave, but not a murder cave.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's comforting, I think.
Blizzard's about to strike, and well, you don't look like the kind of people that could take shelter in yonder cave or anywhere in these mountains.
I'll look around at my cohorts. Yeah.
Does it actually look like there's about to be a blizzard coming?
A few hours away. Like, you'd probably be able to reach Easthaven just in time, but it would be a gamble.
So I'd just be like, nah, wasn't that worried about it. Rather get out of the mountains than stay in them.
We don't know how many more of the, people that are not real people are coming after us to kill us, so.
Oh,
Yeah, and
You know
then there's
she's
like
saying
my
this to a bear?
family to worry about. Look, I don't think he's gonna eat you. You're not gonna eat him, right?
What?
She.
People who's not people talking to a bear.
Miss, you don't intend to eat my friends, do you?
Absolutely not. Ugh. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
fine
Oh.
then.
I'm a fine connoisseur of fish.
Oh,
Actually.
God. You just
I
hear
have a
Sartia,
fish.
like, collapse.
I have a singing fish. It's very
Do
special.
not.
You do.
Yes, his name is
Oh.
Old Bitey.
Oh, well, isn't it lucky that aren't we the fish of Lathander or something? That you
No,
Yes.
God?
We are on a sacred holy mission from the god Lathander. We are the 6 fishes of Lathander.
No,
This
Hey,
is
so
our
she's free to eat
self-styled
us.
game.
Fish. I am.
we're not fish. Not.
Well-
no one thinks we're fish.
No, clearly you are not fishes, but. And she takes like her rope, on which several knucklehead trouts are attached, and flings it over her shoulder. My abode is just that way. And she points to like the shape of a mountain, maybe like a few hours from where you are, like a mile or so, and says, "We'll be safe in there, safe and warm. I'm inviting you over."
Is it in the direction we're already moving in, or is it away?
It is, if you look at the map on Roll20. So you were at the Cave of Berserkers last time. I don't know if you see it.
We're still on.
I'm
Yeah,
still,
we
I
still have the
see
mountain
battle
cave
map.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, battle.
That's okay. We left those guys. We left them alone.
Yes. She actually would point to this area here. It's 5 miles out.
Okay. And we're over by the Cave of the Berserkers.
Yeah. So it would basically be like sort of the halfway point between East Haven and where you are.
Okay.
You would be technically out of Goliath territory, but within like the outskirt of how far your tribe would normally hunt when they needed to. So like chances are slim of you meeting a familiar face, but it would not be impossible.
I mean, it is sort of in the direction we need to go, guys. We're not making it back to town tonight.
I mean, I don't see any better offer. I think this is probably the best idea.
I have plenty of fur, food, and fine tales to regale all of you.
Are you okay with
love a good
small,
story.
odd-looking dragons?
I have never seen one. I mean, I've seen big dragons. I have nothing against the small ones if they don't try to bite me.
She, sorry, Sarkia like shoves her hand in her bag and picks Thrun up by the collar of the,
Hey, oh,
Sock.
makeshift
Hey.
sweater that she put him in.
what's going on? Oh, hello. You big fuzzy thing, you.
He's okay?
He's very cute.
I know, right?
He
It's the
just
sweater.
wanted to make Simon talk to himself.
I did. It's
I
my
hate
goal
you.
in life.
Lead the way.
Certainly. And she would introduce herself during the walk as Oya Minartok.
Could I call you Oya because that's
You
really
can call
long.
me Oya.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
As they are walking, Eliza would get close to Etin and try to whisper, like, why is this normal for, people or bears to just invite strangers to their home, offer food, like share their food? Is this
She's asking
like
the wrong person.
Well, if I were out here alone and I saw them, I would greet and say, "Hey, come on, hello, come to my house," just like I did before when I saw you before. So perhaps yes, it is common.
yes?
Perhaps she is the official town greeter of this mountain.
She's not.
Oh, maybe it's just
In a
I
study of
thought you were a
Ettins, 100% of participants.
person, but this is like really strange to me. But if you think this can happen, I mean, yes, let's go relax, right? It's just nice.
Yes, kindness takes people by surprise sometimes, but fret not. The light of Lathander will see us through any danger.
Oya.
Oi.
I can't really help but notice. And forgive me because I don't really know how that works, but doesn't there have to be a moon
Hmm.
for the whole bear thing?
Well, it's a tad complicated. Yes and no.
That clears it up. Yeah. Oops.
In normal circumstances, yes. And if there was a moon, you would see me in this shape. However, some of us are born with the ability to take on the physicality that best suits our mental image of ourselves.
Are you ever
You-
not? Oh, I'm sorry, Heliphine.
Oh no, that's fine. Ask away. I get it. I look like this to be more confident, so I understand.
Sarkia kind of
Mhm.
looks up at the bear and goes, "Are you always in bear form?"
When I go diving, I assume a more bearish form. It's easier to swim.
Mm-hmm.
But with the temperatures around and the snow and the blizzard, why would I choose anything less than something that comes with a thick coat of fur and an even thicker coat of fat?
This is
Here,
logical.
here.
I understand this.
Plus, all of my senses heightened.
Oh,
Can you change into other stuff?
I can change into a Goliath form, which is
Wait, what?
why yes, I wasn't. Well, I was born under a certain form, but I've always different.
Do you live alone?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay.
I have a summer home and a winter home.
Oh, so you migrate.
Well, I when the fancy strikes me.
where are you in the summer?
No, this is the summer.
Oh,
And then I'll laugh.
um, almost. Actually, with everything that's been happening for the last 2 years, I can barely remember when was summer or
Well,
winter.
it came before spring.
That's
Wait, doesn't spring
not
come
how
before
time
summer?
works.
yes, I thought it was before autumn, Etten.
Wait, what did I say?
You said
Can
the
you turn
reverse.
into a bird?
I cannot turn into a bird. As fun as that might sound, I would rather stay with both my feet firmly planted into the ground.
Yeah, you never know. It just shoot you out of the air.
Oh, that would be bad.
You're terrible at making friends, Ragnar.
Don't
Yes.
worry. Hang out with me long enough, I'll teach you.
You're a Goliath.
Aye.
Are you from around here or like elsewhere?
Oh, elsewhere is a kingdom in another IP. Um,
Fine, go
that was a
home.
Skyrim
You,
joke.
Helophine's not smart enough to get that.
I'm from here, there, everywhere, and nowhere.
I'm
They've
not
been
familiar
to
with any of those
nowhere.
places.
Sarkia, I think he's drunk. She's drunk.
I don't, I don't think so. Um, observing the way that Oya is dressed,
Aye.
and given my background, is there anything that like I would maybe recognize? Is there like any, um, recognizable religious symbols or anything?
She doesn't wear any religious symbols. The clothing that she has is something that's been stitched together by someone with very little knowledge of sewing,
Mm-hmm.
but it is made to fit the bear shape that she's in.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a, let's say, if you compare her to Heliphine's shape, clearly the clothes that Oya is wearing right now is not made to fit a Goliath.
So do you like carry clothes for when you're not a bear too?
I don't think you guys have been paying attention to the whole
I,
blizzard bear part.
Well, I think it's very smart to stay a bear right now. I'm just saying.
indeed.
She's from the south, so she doesn't understand how long this has been going on.
That is fine. I love to hear about travelers. And, I've never been to the south. I don't turn into a Goliath anymore. Last I checked, must have been, Nigh on 200 years ago.
Good, they're
Excuse
pretty
me?
awful. 200 years.
What? You
Is that
seem like you've
part
seen a
of?
ghost.
The winter hasn't been going on that long.
Is that part of the lycanthropy that you live that long?
I guess.
Hmm.
I mean, I still feel like I'm in my, well, to be generous, we'll say my early 40s.
I mean, it's your fur is very nice still. So
Thanks. I try to
Dungeon
keep it clean.
Master.
Yes,
Is something off here?
definitely.
Because we know that the winter hasn't been going on
Does
that
it
long.
does it feel like there is some kind of nefarious intention going on?
Can you roll insight?
Oh boy, I can certainly try.
Wait. Before you... Well, sorry. That's metagame. Go ahead.
You're too
Be really
trusting.
good. Okay, all right. I'm glad because I don't have a modifier. 19.
Oya is actually the first openly friendly person that you've met who doesn't have an ulterior motive
That
Wait.
I can sense.
What about me?
that you can sense. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the players,
Oh
I mean.
no! I'm sorry, Etten.
Okay,
Etten has
I'll
terrible
rephrase
intentions.
that.
What are
I'll
your
rephrase
true
that.
intentions?
Um,
Save the world.
it would be the first Goliath that you've met without an ulterior motive that you can sense. However, 200 years is much too long for a
Yeah.
standard Goliath to live.
Passing through that point in the conversation, Heliphine is going to fall back in the group just slightly. Like she'll pause to put her coat back on, let's say, because she still had it off, and fall back in the group just a little bit, hanging closer to the tail end so that she can observe Oya and see if she can get an inkling as far as like what's different here. Like, why is this so special? I mean, I'm sure that she won't pick up on anything, but she's certainly gonna try.
Okay. So you hang
Um,
back a little.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarky will keep Oya talking.
Okay.
You know, just about various and sundry.
Yes, and I could strike up a conversation about fish.
Yes, you could.
Oh, aye, yes. Show me that singing fish again. By the way,
Simon!
while you're talking, you're, moving towards the, So where did you get it?
Oh, I rescued it from a bar.
Oh, you didn't fish it out yourself?
Oh no, unfortunately not. I make all my fish into jerky. Here, have some.
Don't mind if I do.
Someone
That
that
is
appreciates
not
good
bad.
fish.
You have to teach me how you jerk yours. I normally eat mine raw.
Oh, well, I find the trick is to let it air dry underneath your sleeping cot.
Oh. What if you sleep on the ground?
You could try hanging it from your belt.
Well,
I really find that getting a little bit of your own essence into the drying process is really what makes it get that extra...
Ne sais quoi?
that, je ne sais quoi.
I normally carry them around my waist just so I can have both my hands free, but I guess I
If-
could try to sleep on a bed of fishes.
Yes, and cut them real thin. So maybe you cut them thin and hang them about your person and let the air do the work.
Sounds like she's just gonna get hairy fish.
Yeah.
It's a Etten recipe passed down from Etten to Etten for the past 5 years.
Oh. So your forebears were also called Etten.
No, just me.
Oh, you have it onto it yourself?
He's
That's correct.
And was
Sometimes
touched
I
by
would forget.
Lathander's light.
and I'd have to remember, and I'd consider that me passing it back to me.
Hmm.
Did Ragnar say that out loud?
No.
Okay.
Um, where do you fish, Etten? Out of curiosity.
Around Dugan's Hole, I have a very special fishing spot and a very special fishing pole. Although I think I gave my fishing hole to someone else's pole.
Hmm. Sort of like a communal hole for everyone.
Well, it was my hole. It was the best hole in the whole town. But when we left town, I let somebody else use it.
Mighty generous of you. I've
Yes,
myself have never fished in the red waters before.
you should try it. They have wonderful knuckleheads. None quite so big as Almighty, but they have a very special taste.
How big was the biggest you've ever got?
Oh, I'm
A
trying to
respectable
gauge.
Yeah.
I'll gauge her face to see.
Got me wet.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
wow.
right there.
Right about that. Yeah.
That is
He is.
She
That
didn't
is
like
some-
my whole size, so
that is some mighty fish you got. You must be quite the proud fisherman.
He is. I'm good with pole and net.
Oh. I only do it with my mouth.
That seems like it would be ineffectual for me. I'm not a very strong swimmer.
Hmm. You've ever tried with your bare hands, though? Bare hands.
I don't. I'm a furbog.
Aye.
I could try with my furbog hands.
Yes. Well, if you've never tried it before, I can pinpoint a few rivers that you can try your hand at.
On the next episode, Etten goes noodling and loses a hand.
It's a different type of fishing. You got to
I'm
be able
very
to handle the
interested.
cold.
Well, the light of the thunder keeps me warm.
Hmm. A light that
Does-
keeps warm.
Does Alize still kind of look completely like lost and introspective and like a little grouchy that we didn't let her wander into the murder cave
Yes.
as we're walking? Alize, are you all right over there?
I'll manage.
You seem really upset, and I'm not really sure why. You know, we just didn't want you to get like eaten, right?
I honestly don't care if I die. I just cannot tell you everything. I wish I could. I haven't had anybody that I could trust, and there's one person who backed me up the whole time, and I would give anything and everything to get back to that person.
Well, that makes sense. That's okay. But, I mean, I've got your back. Etten's got your back. And Sarkia's got your back. And Ragnar shoots whenever he sees something move.
I'm going to cough gently because he was at the end of the thing where when you walk back. So
You're, like,
you're,
right
like
there.
sort of right there.
So, you're not totally alone.
I don't know. I really thought I could do more. I mean, when I left, I thought I would tame dragons and kill gods and, discover frozen giants and kill yetis. Look at this. Like, we have a baby toy dragon and a fake god and a giant. I couldn't even try to melt an inch of ice off of. And It's just I'm worthless.
Well,
I did all of this, and
hold on. I will pick her up off the ground by her shoulders and like hold her at face level. Don't talk about yourself that way. We just got out here. And you know what? You did something pretty amazing today. You teleported us like 20 miles for no good reason.
Amazing.
But not to the right person.
That's okay. Everybody fails the first time they try and do something. Believe me, I failed a lot more than the first time.
Sarkia calls back. That's why you always use someone else the first time you try teleporting.
But didn't she? She used all of us.
Oh yes, I was just pointing out that it was a good scientific choice.
Just promise me one thing.
What?
You haven't seen what weapon I used to fight.
What,
no, I did. I saw it. No, it was that. Yeah, it was a really shiny dagger.
Please do not repeat it anywhere. It's really dangerous if people find out.
Oh, she's being hunted.
Wait. Why would it be dangerous?
Because of what I just said, and that's why she ran from the south.
Well, why would you run from the south? Coming up north is just pleasant. It's nice and cool.
Pleasant.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
I had to run, and I was stupid, and it's just this. Nobody can know. Okay, please. I mean, I don't like Ragnar. If it's money you're after, I'll give you all my gold. Okay, like, can we please keep this between us?
Who am I going to tell at the moment out here?
Just don't sell me out. If you ever think about selling me out, come to me and I'll double their price.
Oh, that's not a good way to phrase that.
There's no one to sell you out to in Icewind Dale.
Alize, it's fine. Just, maybe when we're in the middle of like a snow-covered mountain and obvious cannibals are coming towards us, maybe don't run towards them. Away is gonna be the better option.
Depends on what you're going for, I suppose.
Ragnar, I will break you like a wishbone.
Just helping.
You're not.
I'm providing an opposing viewpoint.
That's the opposite of help. That's arguing.
No, it's giving her more than
providing
one option.
An opposing viewpoint is arguing.
I suppose that's another way to look at it, yes.
I thought you were the strong silent type. Can we just go back to when you wouldn't talk to us?
How I wish.
I was muted. Etin, you're still next to Oya by this time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make a insight check?
Ooh, yes, but that is
And
not what I'm good at.
Sarkia too, if you are next
And
to her.
Oya forever.
Not nature, insight. Did I say nature?
No, I saw intelligence and clicked it. Oh, insight I'm great at. Yeah, that's awesome.
Sarkia is chatting intermittently with Oya, talking about Luskin and the cities of the south. And during a moment of quiet, Etin, you notice when Halifine was trying to cheer up Alize
With Ragnar's help.
with Ragnar's help, there was a smile that appeared across Oya's face, and she just nodded along, like she understood what Elefine was talking about.
That means she wasn't listening to my story.
She is also listening to your story. But it's at that moment that she would point to a rocky outcropping at the foot of some mountains. You've been traveling for about an hour and a half. And Ragnar, you would know, as a ranger, Halifine as a Goliath. Actually, any one of you who's traveled a lot, especially around here, so pretty much all of you, you've... She pointed to the mountains. The mountains were about 5 miles out. It should have taken you, even with the dogs, a solid 2 hours, if not more. And you just crossed the way in, made the trip in an hour and a half at most.
Did I not feel anything weird while I was falling back to try and feel if something weird was happening?
What's your passive perception?
Bad. It's a
10?
10.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I was hanging at the back of the group the whole time, sort of quasi doing the same, mostly just watching our back of our tracks to make sure nobody was following us, but also, keeping ahead. Would I have seen anything with a passive 13?
Passive 13, one of her ears is always, like, angled back to listen to the rest of the group.
So I know she's listening to us. Okay.
Yeah. She says, "Here's my abode.
Oh, we made great time.
Bye." Time goes
I
by
always
very
say-
quickly when you have fun.
Good
Or in
conversation makes roads short.
Indeed.
That felt like more than good conversation.
Are you
Oh yeah,
sure?
did you do something?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Not at all. Well, I mean, we took a shortcut.
Can you be more descriptive?
Well, we could have gone by the river way back when, follow it around, and then...
No, that should have taken a couple of hours.
Ah. I guess you were all trying to match my pace. I should have slowed down, match yours.
I don't think that. I'm not crazy, right? Right?
You've heard of the phrase that curiosity is only good once, right?
Sarkia throws, out a detect magic just to see if anything's wonky in the area.
Everything is.
I know.
Let me check. No, actually. Well, in the area, the define area, where are you looking at?
30. So I'm just basically kind of, because she was engaged in conversation, didn't notice. So she's doing the thing where you kind of turn around and look behind you and then look all around to see, like, well, how did you...
Each of your footsteps in the snow bears a faint aura of conjuration magic.
So Sarkia kind of does the slow pan up to Oya, because Oya is obviously much taller than her.
Aye.
So... And she's trying to, like, gauge whether or not Oya wants her to, like, is okay with her saying anything or not.
She just looks at you, and behind her goggles you can see her wink.
Well, I mean, we were all a little distracted. Maybe we just got the time wrong that we started out.
No, I'm pretty sure something happened. What does it look like in here?
It is... Sorry, I had to put in her height and weight, so you all know. She's 8 feet tall.
Yes,
Flush.
she's much taller than me.
Yeah, and 350 pounds.
Pretty big.
It looks like a sort of a natural barricade in front of a cave. Basically, picture this cave opening that looks like the burrow of an animal, or rather large animal. Except that in front of it, there are these like three angled stones that form either a ramp up to look at the tundra, but also in a way act to hide the entrance of the burrow naturally if someone is coming towards the mountain. You would know only if you get closer or you angle yourself just right to peek into it. And looking inside, those of you with dark vision, which is probably all of you anyway. Oh, okay. Those of you with dark vision, inside you would see that there are a few paintings on the walls of the cave, painted in sort of a brownish red color. There are a few animal skins laid on the ground, and it the cave deeper, but beyond your dark vision.
So it looks like it's big enough for the actual animals.
That's
Yeah.
what I was about to ask. Yeah.
The for game purposes, the ceiling is about 10 to 12 feet high, depending on where you are, because it's not well excavated. It's pretty much natural. So from time to time, even Oya needs to move because her head's about to hit a stalactite or something. And it is 10 feet wide. So that she can come in and go. Someone can, like, walk next to her inside. But if Oya wishes to touch both walls, she can. Cave, sweet cave. Come on in. Warm yourself
Ooh,
up
this is-
by the lack of fire.
Very nice.
You've been in here alone for 200 years?
I've been walking, traveling, fishing. I mean, I did raise a family multiple times, but wanderlust strikes me, and away I go once I know my children are old enough to fend for themselves.
So you're
Ooh.
all alone?
No children. Wait.
I don't have children. Well, I have them probably somewhere. But yes, this is my home.
Do you want a hug?
Why? Doesn't everybody have children somewhere? Ragnar will say very sarcastically.
No, I don't.
I don't. I think I'd
Me
remember.
neither.
You would think.
she
Ragnar
takes
again
you
says
in.
very sarcastically.
She takes you in with one arm, Elephine, and as you are, pressed against her fur, that smells like knucklehead trout. She just taps the top of your hair with her other paw. No one's
I'm
been
sorry.
nice to me in a long time,
Well,
but I am not surprised coming from you.
what do you mean?
Well, you've always struck me as the gentle, caring soul. Something that, well, is very rare in the Goliaths of Icewind Dale.
We just met like 20 minutes ago.
And yet, it's like I know your soul, daughter of the stone, child of the sky.
Hmm?
Uh, we can't stay too long.
Elephine, do
we
you
got
have titles we don't know about?
business to attend to? elsewhere.
There's going to be a blizzard. I don't think we should go
Yeah,
anywhere.
it'll be fine. Ragnar said he didn't see anything on the horizon. I'm just gonna go and try and scout a path. I'm gonna like back as fast as I can towards the entrance.
I'm sitting there trying to bring animals in, and I actually said that there was a blizzard, but that we were going to make it. I don't know
it's
if we
fine,
can
Ragnar.
now.
We'll go. It'll be okay. It's fine.
Alyssa will
calm down.
follow after Helafine to check on her.
All right.
It's mostly Ragnar and all the animals behind him, so you guys are kind of stuck on the ramp with him standing there like, you guys gonna move?
Yeah, no, the ramp is, if I can, I'll draw on the map in Roll20 very quickly. From a side view, you would have like the mountain like this. This would be the opening of your cave, and the ramp is like these like spikes in front of it like this.
Oh, okay.
So that you don't need to enter, like to walk on the ramp to go in. You have to
You
walk
go
around it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, he's just in the way trying to bring the animals through.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Oya would tell you to bring them all in. The more, the warmer.
Hey, see? You
Oh,
cuddle pile.
please, I don't.
Are you a
want-
follower of the cuddle pile too?
Oh, do you see a fire anywhere nearby?
Wow,
Yet.
you two are soulmates.
No.
Cuddle pile is
Happened
the
while
best
I got
pile.
the animals that I can't help but notice you all left in the cold.
Did not.
No.
Well,
Etin
I was
and
being-
Sarkia
he's
is
being
inside. Are inside.
sarcastic because he's just an asshole. He's not. He knows that Etin is Etin.
Helafine, are you okay?
Elefine is about 15 feet from the entrance to the cave, hyperventilating, like leaning over on her knees, just having a straight up Goliath panic attack.
Oh, hello, do you need healing?
No, it's gonna be fine. I'll be fine.
She wants us to leave after we've just gotten here. After having us come
Don't.
here.
Something's off. Something is definitely wrong. There's no way she could have known that. There's no way. There's no way she could have known that. There's no way we could have gotten here this fast.
There's no way that she should be a giant talking bear, and yet here she is.
So you agree? We shouldn't be here. This is not safe. We should go.
There's a blizzard coming.
You
Sorry.
really don't want to agree with me, do you?
Sarkia is standing at the entrance going, Helafine, it's...
I mean,
I-
maybe could make it to the next town if you're that worried.
It's okay, Oya says from inside.
She tried to
Give
sell
her-
you something?
Give her some room. That's fine. It is a reaction I have seen before. One that
How did you know that?
well, my summer home is in Kerkonig.
I don't remember any werebears in Kerkonig, but okay.
I don't assume this form when I go into town. It frightens the locals. But last I went into Kerkonig, I received a letter by accident, penned by a child from the mountains. I will not disclose what was in it.
Shouldn't read other people's mail.
It's a punishable offense.
I didn't know Goliaths could write.
They can.
Eh.
When we're inspired, we can do a lot of things. You shouldn't have read that letter.
I
Elephine.
apologize.
Wait.
I not
Sarkia,
only-
no, Sarkia will go up and she will just yank on the back of Ragnar's jacket like super hard.
That's just only gonna make my roll even better because I wanted this like roll. I don't know what perception or insight to put the two and two together to be like, wait a minute. Oh, is it her?
Boya, Did the letter make it to the intended recipient?
Dear, I think it did. And the recipient wrote back to you. And you wrote back to them. And there was a back and forth for a few times.
That's not that's not possible. That oh boy, I gotta take a walk. I'll be back.
It's... Just be careful out there. Blizzard's about to hit.
Helaphine, do you want one of us to come with you?
She doesn't acknowledge that and just kind of like half shuffles, stomps away. She probably almost trips a couple times. Like you see her mind break before your eyeballs.
Alize will follow her out, but will give her space. So she'll just make sure she's being safe, like at a good distance.
Yeah, keep an eye out. Like, keep her in your line of sight type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, inside the cave, Oya would turn to Etten and ask Etten, mind if I ask you a favor?
I will usually do favors.
Well, I have two to ask.
Okay.
One, would you help me with the fish?
Of course, I would like nothing more.
And while we're at it, tell me more about this Lathander.
Oh, Lathander is the light that lights the world.
Doing a great job. As I put the animals nearby and then slowly walk away.
Lathander, he's the god of the sun and the light, and he makes warmth, and he is going to help me to stop this eternal winter. I was destined, and I had to find the 5 fish, and I found the 5 fish, and then I found the 6th fish, and Lathander didn't say I couldn't have it, so I added it to the queue.
It didn't say no outright.
You added it to the queue.
Bonus fish.
Yes,
Bonus fish!
6 is better than 5, almost always, unless it's goblins.
Oh,
Them just more arrows.
no, I don't do goblins either. I like your Lathander. I didn't think there was such a a god that had purview over both fishes and light.
Well, I'm not sure. I think the fishes are a bonus.
They're
The light
always
is pretty
a
much
bonus.
his thing.
I think that the fishes might also be an Etten thing.
Eh?
Are you the god of fishes?
No,
No.
no, I mean that Etten uses the fish as both a metaphor and a way to bring people together.
What's it for?
Metaphor.
You met what?
Never mind.
And then we met a false prophet of a false god, and she tried to tell me that I was wrong, but I know that she was wrong because my god talks to me.
Yep.
And sometimes.
False
like
god.
when yeah,
Oh,
we can't
sorry.
remember her name.
But Etten,
Unimportant.
I meant to ask you. How do you know it's always Lathander talking to you?
Because
Because?
yes. You just know. Have you ever been talked to by a god?
The gods would not talk to me.
Well, then you wouldn't know.
You are correct.
I knew.
Um, so this thing in the sky is some sort of divine battlefield.
It is, I guess.
Hmm. And Oya would look like outside the cave. Well, battlefields need to be fielded with armies. Armies need to be led.
Well, we're not an army, but we're pretty good. We're the six fishes of Lathander, and since I'm Lathander's prophet, I lead and I decide where we go.
Hmm.
Sarkia just opens her mouth and goes,
This is what happens when you let Etten be talker.
And where are you going next?
Well, we were going to a cabin in the woods, but then we found a ring and ended up here instead.
Some would say that might be divine providence.
I mean, yes, things could have ended very terribly at a cabin in the woods.
I would agree, except it wasn't my god, so.
How do you know your god didn't decide on where you should land?
He would have told me.
Maybe he was sleeping?
No, he doesn't sleep. See, when you all showed up, he gave me the beam and he said hello, and I said hello, and we were like, okay, we'll take these fishes and we go. And that didn't happen this time.
Hmm.
Maybe he's trusting you to make a decision on your own.
No, he would not do that.
um. Your god is pardon the term, a human god, isn't it?
I am not a human.
I know, which is why I find it strange. That is all.
Lathander does not discriminate based on who you are or where you've been. All may worship him.
That is mighty different than other gods I've heard before.
At least that's my interpretation of it.
It is odd because in the south, many of the gods favor one particular people over another.
We're
Lathander's.
not in the south.
I was merely nothing.
Things up
Can't
here
be
are
magic.
things up here are strange and often do not act as the rules would dictate.
Although
This
I
is true.
suppose I mean, if we're going to have a cleric of a god, Lathander is probably one of the better ones.
I can make fire, which is very useful when it's cold, but not as effective as a cuddle pile for a good night's sleep.
Ha! She claps you in the back. Now I recognize a true Northernman. Nothing better than to cuddle with a bunch of animal skins, or preferably live animals, and have a
They're
good
warmer.
night's sleep. Yes. However, I will say this. There was one place that I was delighted to sleep in. It was a few years ago. Hopefully the place is still standing now. It was in one of them towns. Tourmaline. Yes, Tourmaline.
Oh, we have not been there yet. I've been there before, but not on this journey. Ragnar goes everywhere. He knows all the people.
Yes, Ragnar very specifically did not want us to go into Tourmaline. I can't imagine why.
And if you look around, Ragnar's not in the cave with you guys.
Oh,
I actually had such a good sleep that night that I gave one of my last worldly possession to the innkeep.
oh,
Was it a singing fish? Because if it's your fish, we will happily give it back to you.
Oh,
Well, no.
no. I would have eaten the fish. Singing or no. No, in fact, it was a simple ring. Um, lined with white fur. Quite pretty. Had been given to me by, someone very dear.
Did you
But that
put
was
fur
ages
on it
ago.
to keep that part of your finger warm?
In fact, it kept me warm for years. I've been able to explore the rugged glacier, the sea of moving ice, thanks to that ring. I can probably still do it today, but probably for not as long. Anyway, you should visit. Um, the entire place is warmed with hot stones. It is underground, much like a burrow, which is part of the reason why I enjoyed it. It was a tumultuous night, but
But you said you slept really well. How was it tumultuous?
oh, I slept very well, and then got woken up in the dead of night.
Oh,
By mulch?
Mulch? No,
You said
no, no, no.
you said too much mulch.
tumultuous, tumultuous.
Yes, you should excuse my accent. Speaking with a bare mouth is difficult.
You use big words that I'm not familiar with.
Ooh, a rowdy night.
Oh,
Yes, busy.
I had to leave. Never could say thanks. Say, if you
well,
ever go by, thank them for me. Would you?
okay.
They were humans. They might not be in this world anymore. It was about 50 years ago.
What is their name?
Oh, shit.
That is a very strange name. I shall ask in Tourmaline if
It's,
anybody knows this
And
shit.
walks around.
I-
Shit! Hello! Shit!
I only
I'm looking
remember
for
their
sheep.
last name. Mr. and Mrs. Peskrick.
Shit Piss Creek. Yes.
You can not say shit.
You just
Oh.
taught a toddler a swear word, and
Yes,
now
you
they're
did.
not gonna stop saying it.
Sarkia just kind of leans over to Oya and says, Etten is a very literal person.
By Lathander.
He is touched by Lathander.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He does bear a touch of the divine.
I mean, that would make sense.
I told you.
But, I mean, you're a... Wait a minute, you are a cleric, right? You're not a priest. Or are you a priest? Not a cleric. Crap, I forgot. Oh, no.
Priest and cleric is like the same thing.
That's what I thought.
One
Okay.
and the same. I can
There's
marry
just
you
a
two.
good priest. A
I
priest
don't-
with actions to back up their words.
Okay, yeah. I don't play the Healy classes very much, so I'm like, meh. Yes, I mean, it makes sense that you would be touched by, or be divine aura'd, Etten,
Yes.
if you are a cleric.
Tomorrow, if you'd like, I can learn a ceremony and marry you to someone, just to show you how I can do that.
Who are you speaking to?
Anyone. I don't know.
No,
You said
I don't-
priest, and I said, well, okay. I can marry you if you like. I mean, I don't want to marry you. I can marry you and someone else.
No, thank you. I have no intent on marriage.
Okay, well, if you change your mind, I can
Okay.
also do funeral rites.
probably easier and more useful for the situations we get ourselves into.
Yes, but think of the perks. Perks. Get married for the armor.
Hmm.
Mm,
It is kind of an all-in-one service.
it's true.
That
But
said, oh yes.
no, 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 no. I was just trying
Okay.
to figure out
I
where
was
the.
gonna move the camera to outside to see where Elephine and behind her Alice were.
Elephine would have walked a distance from the cave and just sort of like sat down in the snow for a minute and just kind of
After some time waiting for Heliphine to have a moment, Eliza will check. Does it seem like the storm is getting closer, the blizzard, or
You might have. You don't know exactly because the wind sometimes picks up, sometimes slows down, but uh, you think a half hour maybe, like a few more minutes.
all right?
You can see
So
the wall of the blizzard in the distance.
Eliza will approach to Heliphine and quietly and like cautious because she knows when she's stressed out she can get angry and she's not trying to rile her up anymore, so she'll like quietly she approaches and says, Hello Finn, hey, are you okay? Hello Finn.
I don't know. I don't know.
um hey, can I try something? Do you mind? Can I show you something?
Sure.
Okay, just close your eyes, and then Eliza will get behind Heliphine and put her fingers on the side of her head and just gently pressuring some you know I I don't know if Heliphine would recognize this as like from her training as a monk or not, something she probably wouldn't expect Eliza to know, but she'll try to like hold in some pressure points and just ask her to breathe and like keep her eyes closed and see if she finds herself to be more centered. Take a
Can you
deep
make
breath.
a medicine check? We'll see how good you do it.
Yeah.
11. I mean, you're not an expert in pressure points yet, but you know what you're doing, and you would realize that Heliphine, and correct me if I'm wrong, Diana, but Heliphine is tense as shit.
Oh yeah.
Cheat.
God damn it. But I'll leave it up to you, Heliphine, if you are soothed and relaxed by the. I
Alice,
keep wanting to say acupuncture, but that's not what it is.
please don't stab needles in my brain right now. That would not help my stress level.
Reiki.
Alice, you mentioned that you had to leave someone behind, the person you could depend on.
Yes.
What if they weren't who you thought they were?
It's impossible. I
Yeah.
I can't. Is that how you feel?
It's nothing. We should go back. You'll freeze to death out here. She'll stand up and start walking back towards the cave.
Helafine, I'm sorry for what it's worth. But I got your back too, you know.
Thanks.
And as you go back into the cave, we're going to take our evening break. We're going to be back very soon, everyone, for a feast of fishes.
No.
Yay!
It's like
that is all
the
she had on her
off-brand
belt.
version of the last Game of Thrones book. Was that it? Feast for crows? Feast for fishes?
That
Anyway,
was one of them.
we'll be back, everyone. Stick around.
You ever been a werewolf artist?
Boobs and butts.
We were unmuted, Diana.
Okay.
Hi.
No regrets.
No, that's perfectly fine. I think we also heard about werewolf artists.
Not for all the boobs and butts, anyways.
So, Elephine and Alize come back inside the cave with where Oya, Etten, Ragnar, and Sarkia are. Well, I
I
know
was not in the
Etten and
cave.
Oya are prepping food. What?
Yeah, no.
I was not inside the cave.
Yeah, Ragnar had left.
Oh no, that's true.
And I was sitting there trying to tell Etten he can't just say shit constantly.
So let's just check
Only
on.
when I'm looking for the sheets.
Let's check on Ragnar very quickly before the blizzard hits. What's up with Ragnar?
No, he would just been looking over sort of the stuff from the outside.
Hmm.
Watching, just make sure everybody coming back is going to come back into the cave.
Takes a good like maybe 15 minutes. You can see, like I told Alice earlier, you can see the wall of the blizzard coming in closer and closer. But before the wall can hit you, Alice and Helifine reach the entrance of the cave where you are.
What are you
Still no
doing
sign
out
anybody
here?
followed us. Making sure we weren't followed. What are you doing out here? Checking for lost mail?
You should really just leave it alone. You don't know what you're talking about.
No, I don't think we found either of the things out here anyways. Then he's gonna head inside.
Once everyone is inside, Oya would give everyone like pieces of raw knucklehead trout on a tanned sort of animal skin that serves as like a plate of some kind. There's plenty for everyone. Feel free to eat. I
Is there a place to safely make a fire?
It won't kill you to eat it like this. It's just cold.
I do not have accommodations for a fire.
That's okay then. It's fine. It's fine. And Sarkia will pick it up and say, it's absolutely fine. And she will just take a big old bite of the raw fish. She's had to eat worse in her lifetime.
And it's like sushi. It's
Yeah,
trout.
exactly. Kelly eats sashimi all the time, so.
Elafid will not make eye contact with Oya this entire time.
And you would find that Oya would not press anything during the meal. It's a little awkward because everyone else, you get the feeling that Oya wants to speak to Elafine, but feels embarrassed.
Etten does
if
not
em-
notice this.
Okay.
She's a vegetarian, you see. She doesn't eat fish. I would try to helpfully point out at some point when everybody's quiet.
Helifine, do you still have any of your vegetables?
I'm not hungry. It's fine.
If you are, I have snowberries.
I'm all right.
Are you sure? I hear they're probably fresh from town, right? And I would look directly at Oya as I say that.
In fact, they
so-
are not.
Sarkia
And you
reaches over and slaps Ragnar in the back of the head.
Yeah, you would hear in her tone that it pretty much means like, watch it, boy.
What? Where else should she be getting berries this time? She's trading in town?
Tundra. Where
Why don't
else?
you trade with the villagers?
Trading with villagers means I should have to shed this appearance, and I don't feel like doing it anytime soon.
I mean, if you're comfortable that way, you shouldn't have to.
It's like a lie. Looking like that all the time while you're interacting with people, not saying anything about it. It's a lie.
You know what to say about a lie that you repeat over and over. It's just unimaginative.
Lying is bad.
Are you, Sarkia's looking back and forth. I don't really understand.
It's a Goliath thing. Would you...
Do Goliaths lie a lot?
No, but did you know they fight?
I punch him square in the jaw. I can.
Do you intend to break the jaw, or just like a warning punch?
No, I'm pretty sure I intend to break it at this point.
Can you roll for, I mean, Ragnar doesn't expect it, so let's just, what's your unarmed damage?
1d4
you're a
plus 4. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
That'll be 6 damage.
Yeah, a punch comes out of almost nowhere, as Elephine just steps up and delivers a mighty right hook to Ragnar.
Elephine, that was very rude.
No, Ragnar was being a little rude.
I told you not to talk about things you don't understand.
I wouldn't say I didn't understand.
No.
I mean, she's acting
You
like
don't.
I stole something from her or something. And then I would look over to Oya again.
You're not helping anything.
I don't like this conflict.
I know.
Would you mind, the four of you? The sleeping quarters are a little bit further down the cave. I would like to speak with Delphine alone.
Yes.
Yes.
She needs to air something out. Perhaps hit someone that she's actually angry with.
I hit him again.
Oh,
Oh, he's expecting it this time.
Yeah, you would have to.
That's okay. I'll roll for it. It's a 17.
Does that hit?
Yeah, that's my armor.
That time it's 8 damage.
Oya would immediately bellow a enough. Your conflict is with me, not with him.
No,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean
what I was saying.
he's pretty good at the conflict.
Though I didn't say he deserved a slap or two.
Mm-hmm.
But right now the problem is between you and I.
Well, then let's the rest of us go in the back. And I think old Bitey needs to stay out here.
oh. Okay.
He needs to be somewhere not near the rest of us.
You know, if I put it by the cave entrance, if somebody enters, he'll sing and we'll get notified.
That's a great
Oh,
idea.
You know what? Do that.
An alarm fish. We have an alarm fish.
I mean, we have a fish. If it's an alarm or if it's just a fish.
No, it's proximity activated.
It is proximity
Uh-huh,
activated, so yeah.
We
I
broke
did
Simon's
not
campaign.
think of
And how
that.
has it not been going off this entire time?
It
Um,
has been.
Technically, if you get near the fish and you stay near the fish, like it doesn't sing on repeat.
If someone is always near it, it
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
sing
I
on
see.
repeat.
And
Yeah.
so Etten would have to, get rid of it. Well, get rid of it. Put it somewhere. Put some distance between him and the fish. Let's say about like 5 to 10 feet, and then come back, and then the fish would sing again. That's why it wasn't going off at the
'Cause he's always
dwarves
been
all the
holding it.
time. Yeah, because the dwarves would be sitting by the fish by the fireplace, but they would remain there all day.
Yes, Etten, I think having an alarm fish is an excellent idea.
It is. I'm so smart.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to cuddle pile and
No,
sleep.
we're just going to go back and relax.
We're just
Oh,
gonna go back
right.
and we're just gonna leave these two alone.
Yes, Ragnar, we are.
Indeed, that's the idea. But I am gonna lean real close to Helen and whisper in the ear, "Make me proud, little one." And then I'm gonna, leave again.
I'm starting to think that that Ragnar likes getting hit, and it's a problem.
Weird
In
that you're into
complete-
this, man.
In complete innocence,
Yes.
that Etten just wants people to get along. As he's passing back through and going towards the back, he's casually just gonna cast a zone of truth as he passes back through.
As
Oh, snap! He just pulled a Gem's heck on you guys. Because James did that to us once.
All right. That's a wisdom save, I believe, from Alefine.
Charisma.
Oh no!
Oh, it's
Although-
a charisma save.
Although Etten, I will say that if Etten wishes to adopt the hand gestures that are used by James Heck, he does a zone of truth as he does it. It's very
No.
fancy. The fish is one thing, but hand gestures are something totally different.
He'll just there, everybody get along.
Oh,
It's a
goddamn.
4 for Heliphine.
It's an 18. For the
Oh
Goliath.
no.
Oh no! It
What have
backfired.
you done?
I told you to make me proud, and now you're not gonna be able to lie. I am super mad. Just I'm not gonna know it. Huh?
What have you done?
I mean, Oya has a +0.
It's a 14 to save.
All right. So
Um,
yes.
Yep, can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Great.
And
Thanks for that.
the rest of you, should you wish to eavesdrop, I will ask all of you to make a stealth check to act as innocently as possible and not make any sound. You're going to be out of sight, that's for sure, but it's if you intend to keep an ear out so that it doesn't sound suspicious that you're eavesdropping.
And Diana, you are aware of the spell. And you can avoid answering questions directly, but you can't say a direct lie.
I like to believe that right now Heliphine is so emotional that she probably honestly doesn't notice. There's a lot going on right now
Everybody just get
with her
along.
newly obliterated psyche.
I believe an apology is in order.
I don't understand why. You've been out here for hundreds of years. It sounds like you've been around for hundreds before that. Why? Why? Why write me letters?
Do you know how many good-hearted people I have met in all my centuries of existence?
No?
I can count them on the fingers of one, or on the claws of one paw. You are one of them.
Why lie to me? Why?
I never lied in any of my letters.
You certainly didn't tell the whole truth.
Neither did you tell me you were, well, destined to save the world.
I still don't really believe that to be true.
I didn't want to alarm you. What would you have me do? Say that I am the legendary Oyaminartok? What would have the others of the tribe thought of you if they had found out? I did not wish to bring you any trouble.
You knew what kind of trouble I already had. You knew that those letters were the only thing that kept me around as long as I stayed.
I know.
Every time I got knocked down, I stood back up because of the words you wrote me.
And I believed every single word I put on that paper.
What am I supposed to do now?
Well,
You leave me with nothing but a broken heart and a bunch of letters that I now recognize as lies of omission. What am I supposed to do with that?
the letters are yours to keep. And so is everything I said in them. I have never wanted to break your heart. It goes to show that just because you are old and have traveled a lot does not mean that you are equally as equipped to be vulnerable to others. Like I said, I apologize. Heliphine. Did you know who you wanted to talk to the first time you wrote a letter?
No. No, I wanted someone to understand. I wanted someone to know what it was like.
To be different?
Yeah.
She just looks down at her body. To be hunted because you are a monster?
I'm not a monster.
Neither are you. Neither are you weak, Heliphine. Or feeble, or whatever other words they've used to hurt you in the past.
I don't know if I'm brave enough to be more, to do more. The words that got me here are musings from someone with too much time walked on this earth and not enough time connecting to it. I know that you.
Oh, sorry, you cut. You know that?
I know that you meant no harm. But you leave me with nothing.
That is not true. Why would I leave you, first of all?
I'll gesture to the cave around us. It's clear you don't want anything to do with the world as it sits right now. You don't even want to take a form to participate in it without being judged, being exiled.
Before your eyes, you would see Oya go from the large polar bear shape into into the form of a Goliath. She is completely unlike other Goliaths. In the sense that, for one, she has deep red hair. Something that normally Goliaths, I mean, they have hair, some can have hair, but there are some colors like yours that are rather rare. And for them to have a hair color that is in stark contrast to the tundra, to the winter, like, I mean, it just marks them as a target, basically. If you look to Legend Keeper, you should see her form, her like Goliath form. It should be uploaded on the page. You might need to refresh, but it is right there at the bottom of the page.
Oh, please.
So a tall, large set woman, covered in markings, head to toe. Of course, right now she is barely clothed. Her werebear sort of like pants that she was wearing, she kind of pulls them up, like up to her chest, to cover up at least. And it shows like her hair is a tangled mess. Even her Goliath skin, which is normally sort of the color of stone, is paler, which is something that you see often in elves. Would you prefer this then?
I can't lie. Not even to spare feelings. I can't lie.
And choose not to tell the lie, but you
Yeah.
find ways to move around it. Remember,
If
the
you
very
open
last
your
word
mouth,
Ragnar
it needs
told
to
you.
be a lie. It needs to be the truth.
Yeah. You can be evasive in answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Not
Oh no, Diana froze again.
hold on.
It might be me though. I don't know.
No, it's probably me. Neither one is what I was expecting, I'll admit. And she's gonna stare at her toes, and she's, even though her skin is blue, she's blushing really hard. Like, She's a pale purple right now.
Like a soft lilac.
Yeah.
I should have sent a description of myself. But at the same time, I have had many children before. But they were born out of necessity. I have never felt kinship. I have never felt a bond with any of my children as strong as the one I felt when I first laid eyes on your very first letter.
Well, I understand why writing and saying, hey, I'm a werebear and I live alone in the wilderness and I have tons of kids. I understand why that letter might not have tripped off the tongue. You meant everything you said?
That and more. That I was keeping for when we met face to face.
Here I am.
It seems bravery is escaping me. I have a great many things to tell you, and I don't know which one to begin with. Not being covered in layers of fur, and I feel downright naked.
I'll take off my coat again and just kind of like wrap it around her shoulders.
Is Elephine small for a Goliath?
She's small, but she's not like itty bitty.
Yeah, no, okay.
Like in my mind, she's short for a Goliath.
She's short, okay, but
Yeah.
the rest of like she has the same like broad shoulders and everything.
Yeah.
So the coat fits her. It's a little shorter on her because she's tall, but she can close it, which she is rather thankful for. Outside, the blizzard starts picking up.
Maybe we should rest.
Yes. Although
There's plenty of time.
tomorrow.
For you, obviously.
For you too.
Do me a favor.
Aye.
Change back.
Oh. Do you not?
No, it's wonderful. But I worry my companions might make some judgments.
Oh.
I'd hate to have to hit him again.
Understood. And we would see like the camera frame. The camera would be planted behind her ankles, shooting up at Eliphine's reaction as you just see your coat falls down to the ground. And she changes with a roar back into the werebear form. Oh, I forgot how cold the floor of this cave is.
Imagine how bad it is for the ones who aren't used to it up here.
Well, I do believe that you're doing your best to make sure that they do not die of exposure.
I'm trying. They don't make it easy sometimes.
Here. And she picks your coat and would put it over your shoulders. I assume. Oh yes.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go first.
This was the last thing I expected to happen. But it does feel more natural than I would have thought.
I have ran many scenarios in my mind of when and where and how we should meet. I was fairly certain I had gotten to the cave too late. I am glad to know that you are still here.
Yeah. Where else would I?
Alive, I mean.
Oh. Try not to think about that too much.
You are much stronger than you give yourself credit for, daughter of the sky.
Well, I have the confidence of a winter walker behind me with every step I take.
We shall speak again in the morn. I have much to share with you. I would understand if you wish not to sleep by me. That is fine, and I will not hold it against you.
Heliphine's gonna run up in the middle of that statement and just do another hug. Real tight, right around her middle. She doesn't care about the knucklehead trout smell.
It is warm and soft. And she would gently stroke your hair. Well, as gentle as the giant paw of a bear can be.
She mauls my head, but softly.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
She mauls you with love. Well, come then. I will show you bedroom.
while they start moving in that direction, Helifiel just kind of can you call it a bed without a can you call it a bedroom without a bed?
I don't know how others would call it. There's just the, well, piles of, and as you
Too bad
walk
is a
further,
verb.
yeah, it's I'll describe it to the five of you. The room at the end of the cave, it's sort of past a little bend, and it is carpeted with various animal skins. Crag cats. You have owl bear skins, goats, lynxes, hare, foxes, even bear and moose. And it's enough that there is at least like a good inch thick of various skins.
Etten has been hard at work arranging them into optimal cuddling positioning.
Nice.
Like a big,
yes, and
a big nest.
And
Oh, yeah.
Sarkia will have kept it. Well, she'll have kept like a stranglehold on at least one. Like, no.
Did you all bring the dogs with you to the end of the
Oh
cave?
yes.
Oh yes, of course.
So yeah, the dogs are in a pile.
At this point, Etten is in said pile as well with dogs.
I
Makes
mean,
a
that
lot of
one I
sense.
can't fault Etten for.
I'd rather he smell like dogs than fish, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, but what about both?
What about the infamous dogfish?
Hmm.
That's creepy.
Well, I mean, you have catfish.
It's true.
I mean,
Um,
dogfish are a thing.
They are a thing, yeah.
So Oya would take any spot, really. And instead of her werebear form, she goes down on all four and turns into a full-on polar bear.
Oh, hello.
I cuddle the
except-
shit out of that polar bear.
Yeah, Sarkia is sad now that she made the mistake of, like, huddling in the corner by herself. Because, I mean, Kelly really would mind cuddling a polar bear. I mean, one that won't kill me.
Etten is always forgiving. You can still join us.
No, thank you. And you can spare one of the dogs. That would be great.
No.
Oh.
All for one and one for all.
She yawns and growls as she walks in a circle before settling down. You would notice, everyone, by the way, that her polar bear fur is patterned in these dark, sort of Celtic tattoos, which Helifian, you now recognize, were the same markings she had in her Goliath form. So while her hybrid form doesn't have any markings, the full-on bear one has. And she just lies down and is sort of at the edge of the dog cuddle pile. Not too close so that the dogs would be scared, but at the same time, she doesn't really smell like a bear. Anyway, it is dark in the cave. There is no source of light. In fact, there are no torches, no fires. The only thing keeping you warm tonight
Is the cuddles.
is the cuddles.
I mean, that's fine for you all, but of course, as everyone comes in, I'm going to make a small ball of light in my hand and say, well, sleep well, you all, and I'm going to keep watch out here.
Yeah, but the fish is keeping
Yeah, he's
watch.
gonna set up a fish.
I'm going to head to the other room and make a small fire and keep watch from the front room, essentially.
So it's you and Fish around the
Yes.
fire. Fish is a very good listener. Actually,
I don't have much to
bite.
say tonight.
Tell the fish your problems.
I don't have any problems. He seemed quite pleased when
If you
everyone
keep
came.
talking, your jaw will relocate itself, possibly.
In fact, he was quite smiley when Helifian and her walked in. The only thing he did have to say was, well, neither of them are dead, so things seem to have gone well.
You are tempting fate, my friend. I might not be able to kick your ass, but she definitely can.
Um, night, or whatever passes for a night now in Icewind Dale, passes without any event. Um, I will ask, however, for however long you stayed awake, um, Ragnar, can you make a perception check? Oh. Despite the blizzard being unrelenting almost all night, you did spy the shape of a giant bird flying on the horizon, and behind it, the green, glowy trail of an aurora borealis.
So I guess I would mutter out loud to the fish, ah, nice to see you too.
Make it sing.
The fish doesn't say a word.
Oh.
But you spy, because you roll a 21, a twinkle in its eye. And that's
In the
where we're
fish's
gonna...
eye?
Yes, and that's where we're gonna end
Sing.
tonight's game.
My fish is sentient?
I think that was a sign from your fish that it wants me to throw it away in the middle of the night in a blizzard so that nobody knows where it went. And Ragnar's going to be
You
like,
know
oh
that's
no,
not gonna
man,
work,
it
right?
vanished.
You know that's not gonna work.
I don't know. How good is his tracking ability?
I have a
As
plus
soon as we
6.
get
Ah,
nearby,
Oh,
never mind,
I
we'll
feel like he
find it.
gets advantage if it's fish related.
Yeah, he just
Um,
like I smell it over here.
Um, yeah, no, we're gonna cut on that. Because I'm afraid we might go over a bit too much if I do the scene I wanted to do next. So we'll keep it for next week. But things are gonna start getting very interesting.
How are things not interesting?
It will.
We have a singing fish in the front of our cave, and they're in the back in a creepy cuddle pile. How is this not interesting?
Very
Say there's a
warm.
creepy cuddle pile.
It's very
All
warm.
cuddle piles are creepy.
I don't think that's true at all. You clearly haven't experienced one.
Yes, and Ragnar is going to make sure he never does.
No, I okay. That's fine. So you think.
Sorry.
So that said, let's do our outro for tonight. Go around the table. We'll do the same order as we did the opening. I hope everyone had fun. Alize, who
I'm
are
paying
you? Where can
attention
we
now.
find you?
I'm Tumai and Professor XR on social media. The other streamed game I'm playing in is a vampire game, Chicago by Night, and it's on the YouTube channel for Stories Before Sunrise. So that's about it.
Justice, who are you? Where can we
Yes.
find you?
Hi, I am Justice. I go by Stash Mandu on all the socials. You can find me this week. Actually, this week I think I might be on Like Seven Spoon tomorrow, and then Friday we have the second episode of our World of Darkness Changeling, Dreaming of New York. And if you missed last week's, I highly recommend going and checking it out because it was BANANAS bananas.
Yeah.
Please go watch it only for at least for Justice's hair and beard.
It's real good.
I saw the picture.
It's a lot of fun, and I don't know if we're ever going to get anything done, but it's an interesting cast of characters. So that's on Q Times, QUEUE, on Friday at 5:30 Pacific. And then other than that, you can find me on the Bard and Barbarian channel. I'm one half of the team over there, along with Diana. And check out our store. We got a cool store and we got new products coming. Stay tuned. Bye.
Next is the other half of Bard and Barbarian, Diana.
Hey guys, I'm still Diana. Yeah, Justice is right. I'm the other half Bard and Barbarian. Yeah, my head is a little topsy-turvy right now. There's lots of things going on, but yeah, absolutely come hang out with us over on Q Times on Friday nights for our Changeling game. It's good stuff. I'm Bunny. I took like this. She's a satyr dominatrix, so good stuff.
1% on OnlyFans.
Yeah, top 1% on OnlyFans.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah. There's lots of other cool stuff coming up, but I can't make word good right now, so yeah. That's it. That's all I have the brain space for right now.
That is, there was a lot of breaking down Helophine's psyche tonight. On the other side of the overlay, Kelly, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I'm still Kelly. I'm still the Opera Geek. You can find me here on Twitch at the Opera Geek, on Twitter at the Opera Geek, pretty much everywhere at the Opera Geek. On my Twitch channel and on my YouTube, the VOD from yesterday's Parasocial Relationships stream is up. I do think it's a great view for a lot of people because we discuss a lot of very important topics. What else? So yes, I'll be streaming more Shadow of War tomorrow. And also Thursday starts Cyberpunk Red over on Sirenscape's channel. And
Who's that produced by?
That's produced by, oh God, what's his name? Simon?
Whatever.
Simon?
Yeah, he's not important.
Simon. What? Oh, yeah, anyway.
Produced by one half of Simon and Garfunkel.
It is produced by Wandering DM, who's doing a wonderful job. And I'm pretty excited about it because, you know, I get to work with Tanya DePass again, and Cypher is one of the greatest humans and players. And I rarely get to play with her. She's usually the DM giving me the disapproving look. So it's going to be fun. That's going to be Thursday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm married to that, which is supposed to talk next.
Indeed.
I am Pirate Jesus, aka Ragnar, aka the best human punching bag. And you can find me at Pirates Jesus _. And I am here providing all the best guidance to his evil proteges, even if they don't realize it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's plans within plans. That's all I'm saying. Just wheels within wheels.
I, for my part, am Simon. I don't know why I'm hesitating. I'm trying to keep track of like the whole schedule in my head. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you players for taking the time to come play tonight. We will be back on Unmade Gaming on Wednesday for Cyberpunk Phoenix, a 3-month campaign of Cyberpunk in which the Edge Runner to rebuild the city, or at least parts of the city, after the nuclear bomb that devastated the corporate center. On Thursday, it will be the premiere, like Kelly said, on Sirenscape's channel of the show I'm producing, Cyberpunk Out on a Limb. We're going to have a lot of cool things to both give away, to show, and to play through as for the players, I guess. Anyway.
And to hear, because it's not just Sirenscape, but we have our own custom composed character themes.
Yes, I have heard half of them so far, and they are amazing.
They're amazing.
And then on Friday, we will be back here for, again, more Cyberpunk, because apparently I am becoming the Cyberpunk GM. And then on Saturday, we will be back for Scion, as the Godlings are going into their magical hidden retreat. And then on Sunday, it was the premiere yesterday. So if you missed it, you can go watch it on YouTube or in the VODs at twitch.tv/Praxagorathesmophoria. But I am playing at 8 p.m. in a romantic fantasy game that is very, very fun. If you're a fan of Mercedes Lackey, of talking animals, and of very complicated relationship between a bunch of 20 years olds. Look that up. And otherwise, there'll be a lot of other things that I'm going to announce soon as February fast approaches. So thank you everyone for coming tonight. We will see you in the tundra again next week. Bye bye.
Yay! Thank you, Simon.
Bye.